not change sí Mùsùlùmí, not change sí Christian.
Okay.
But before those things, they do practice traditional beliefs, non practice.
Okay, sir. So kí lẹ̀yin wá ń practice, sir?
Based on my background, I cherish all the three.
Oh, you cherish all the three.
Yes, based on me personally, me were against any of them.
Okay, but so lè tẹ èèyàn láàyò onú mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀ta.
Our light and life, my phone number Jerry, me was more against it.
No. Mi sọ pé wà against any. Mo ní kò sí ètẹ èèyàn láàyò onú gbogbo wọn.
Because
Or at least ó yẹ kí ẹ ní kan tẹ́ pé you lean towards. You know, everybody's I you know, historically I lean Christian. Okay, that's me. So tẹ́yin bá sọ èyí tẹ́yin ṣe tẹ́ lean towards, kò sí wàhálà ń bẹ̀, it's not a fight.
to be honest with you,
Yes, sir.
I don't think I lean to any of them. More neutral and then.
Okay, ngbà yẹn. Well, I don't know if there's anything we need to say there, because if you're staying neutral, then but orúkọ yín Alhaji
Dan Kagoro.
Dan Kagoro. Actually, Alhaji just means Alejo anyway. So
that is the I told you that is the name that I got from my parents.
Oh, your parents gave you the first name Alhaj?
No, my mother went to Aji. I went to Aji with my mom when I was very young.
Oh.
But I was brought up in that area because you know you in Kagoro. So I was born in Zaria.
Oh, Zaria, okay.
So my daddy now gave me that name. But that has an historical thing to me.
Okay. Well, I don't think videos. I don't think Alhaji is someone that we really need to engage until the situation bá ṣẹlẹ̀ tó bá ní specific kí lorúkọ ẹ̀ dẹ̀ tó yẹ pé wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nípa then we can engage him.
wọ́n sọ kan sí wọ́n ní pé kì í ṣe pé àwọn tako pé à ń sọ̀rọ̀ Benin pé a fẹ́ jẹ́ kí àwọn other ethnic group kí wọ́n bí ọkọ live ni. So mo wá try láti understand pé ṣé Christian and Muslim are they ethnic group or what?
It's a slip of tongue.
Okay.
I made an error by using the word ethnic group. What I mean is that let everybody do what they understand best. Lè ṣọdún ẹdún eégún sì kí n wà against ẹ lè ṣọdún mùsùlùmí kí n wà against ẹ lè ṣe christian kí n wà against ẹ nígbàlùkù ká máa ṣe tiwa ká máa gbádùn ara wa.
Okay, bàbá Dantata.
Dan Kagoro.
Okay, Dan Kagoro. Ẹ ṣé fún advice yín. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Ṣùgbọ́n tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ pé ó ti pẹ́ jù, àwọn yẹn ni ẹ ṣẹ̀ ń gbé wá fún wa yẹn. Ìgbà tí ẹ fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ ó ti kọjá. Torí mi lè rí ẹni tó jẹ́ pé ìwé tóun kà lọ́sàn-án àti lóru tó dẹ̀ fi ń kọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ lọ́sàn-án àti lóru ni wípé èmi tí mi ṣe nǹkan tóun gbé dání kí òun wá pa èmi tí mo nílẹ̀ mi. So kí n wá bẹ́ni pé kí n wá finá sórí òrùlé kí n máa sùn kí ní ẹ yá ṣe tiẹ̀ kó ṣe tèmi. Tákòókò bá tó fẹ́ wá pa èmi kó lè wá rí mi pa. Rárá o. So tí okay, ìdí tí advice yín táwa ò fi lè rí múlò ń bì ní wípé àwa ní láti educate àwọn èèyàn wa from the mental slavery tí ẹ̀sìn àjòjì tó ti kó sí wọn lórí. So advice tẹ́ fẹ́ wá fún wa wípé kólúkálùkù ṣe títí ẹ̀yẹn kò wà mi kó ọ̀rọ̀ yín dànù bọ̀ ó ti late torí ìwé tí mùsùlùmí gbé dání tó ń kà ó ní tọ́wọn òṣòwò kó bá ti kọjá pé kán lọ máa pa àwọn òṣẹbọ èmi dẹ̀ jẹ́ òṣẹbọ so àwọn tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ń ka ìwé yẹn àwọn gan ò mọ̀ wípé àwọn group of people ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ nínú bíbélì yẹn nínú kùránì yẹn àwọn dẹ̀ gbàgbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ náà ni àwọn kìrìsìtẹ́nì ìwé wọn tó ń gbé dání náà ìwé wọn sọ wípé don't be unequally yoked with unbelievers ìyẹn one ìkan náà tún sọ nínú Deuteronomy wípé o tí àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ àbúrò ẹ̀ àwọn sísítà ẹ̀ àwọn àǹtí ẹ̀ tó bá ń jẹ́ ká lọ sin nǹkan míì tó yàtọ̀ sí Yahweh pé ìwọ ni kó kọ́kọ́ ṣe kíni ìwọ ni kó kọ́kọ́ pa á èmi ò lè wá fi irú àwọn ìwé ìpànìyàn tó ń bẹ ní society mi tí mo dẹ̀ rí pé àwọn èèyàn ń kà á àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ ń gba ìwé yẹn gbọ́ kémi wá gbé ẹnu mi dákẹ́ kí wá ní ẹ máa ṣe tiyín kémi máa ṣe tèmi tòró dàbẹ́ ni pé èèyàn tanná sórí òrùlé ó wá lọ sùn ní àwọn advice tí ẹ̀ fún wa yẹn so a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín fún advice yín bí ẹ̀yin ṣe wà neutral yẹn ẹ̀yin lè wà neutral kẹ́ ẹ máa wà lókè kẹ́ ẹ máa enjoy bóyá tẹ́ bá bá wa tá a bá ń ṣe program náà ẹ lè máa enjoy program àbí kẹ́ ẹ máa bá wa power tap so advice yín ó ti
ṣẹ́rí
bẹ́ẹ̀.
nǹkan tí ẹ̀ ń sọ fún mi wọ́n gbé pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ láyé yìí ti gba sùúrù gan-an.
A sọ pé ilé ayé ò gba sùúrù nǹkan tá a kàn ń sọ ni pé.
mi ì sọ kí n má ṣe kí n ṣe ní sìn nǹkan tí ẹ̀ ń sọ ó wà very interesting but ẹ bá wò ẹ mọ̀ pé ilé ayé tá à ń gbé sí ó ti yàtọ̀ sí ìtẹ́sẹ̀lẹ̀ àǹtí ẹ̀ bá dẹ̀ máa correct nǹkan wọ́n gbé pẹ̀lẹ́ olóbi onákọ sùúrù ni ẹ máa gbà láti indoctrinate àwọn èèyàn láti lè bọ́ sí your own thinking but tí ẹ bá fẹ́ mú nǹkan líle pẹ̀lú wọn wọ́n gbé nǹkan tó bá mú líle ló ní lára ẹ gẹ́tẹ̀rẹ̀ mi sí ẹ kà ṣe lẹ́sọ̀lẹ́sọ̀.
ok ewo ẹ sà ẹ ti ń accuse wa nǹkan tí àwa ò ṣe.
no mi accuse yín o.
no ẹ accuse wa kan ìgbà tẹ ẹ débí ẹni sùúrù sà ìgbà tẹ ẹ débí ṣàbà yín jà àbẹ tí réyàn kan tí ó wá sórí platform àtàbájà. so gbogbo eré ẹ ló sà gbogbo àwọn dáwà tẹ̀ fún wa yẹn kò bóyá kí n sọ pé kò wà useful àbí kò wà necessary so àwọn tó ń wá sórí platform wa a bá wọn jà a lagi mọ́ wọn lórí so gbogbo advice ẹ ṣe fẹ́ máa fún wa yẹn wà ẹ má bínú kò wà relevant ẹ má bínú sáà mi ò kó ọ̀rọ̀ yín dànù.
Big Joe nǹkan tèmi kàn ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wípé ìwé kìíní ó ní ìjọba Yahweh ó lòdì fagbára wọ̀ àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ and only the violent take it by force. Ìwé kejì ó ní gbogbo ohun tiẹ̀ kíkan ní ìkan ogun Badri ogun gbá ogun àwo. Well, all they were doing, they were raiding people, stealing from people, stealing from caravans, raiding caravans. So ìkíní togun ni tìkejì náà togun ni. Now Alhaji Dan Kagoro ẹ̀yin ẹ wá síbí nsìn ẹ wá sọ pé pẹ̀lẹ́ ó lákọ ó lóbi ó lákọ but those two títí wọn ò lóbi kò lákọ. How do you go to a gunfight with a knife? Ọ̀rọ̀ mi Alhaji tèmi àtẹ̀yin tàbá fẹ́ jọ wo jàkadì nsìn kémi fún ẹ̀yin ní ọ̀bẹ kémi mú ìbọn dání ṣé ẹ máa take ẹ and ẹ̀mí mi àtẹ̀yin wà at stake kí lẹ máa ṣe sà.
ṣe rí tẹ́ bá wo knowledge ó wà powerful most of these instruments ẹ̀ ń pè lọ.
Eh,
Ọlọ́run bá fún yàn
bàbá mi o bàbá mi o analogy tí mo fún yín yẹn ẹ kọ́kọ́ fún mi lánsà náà no mọ̀ pé knowledge wà more powerful ju nǹkan tá à ń sọ yẹn lọ but all of this knowledge tẹ́ ń sọ yìí human beings by their nature they are spiritual so they must part of human beings must have some idea of some belief in something or some belief in nothing. There must be belief in something or belief in nothing. That is the way human systems were built, and the economics of every place. If you look at them across the board, each country ló ní beliefs tí wọ́n or tí wọ́n ní a majority of people who have a certain beliefs níbẹ̀. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ ní majority of those beliefs, àwọn ni wọ́n ń darí ìlú yẹn. Àwọn ni wọ́n create a template of 20-year plans, 50-year plans fún ìlú yẹn. So in a case where that is not the case, then nǹkan tẹ́ ń try àti sọ yẹn wà necessarily valid in my view. The knowledge, okay, where is the knowledge now? How can you build on the knowledge? Where are the systems? Systems will learn nísìn tá a fẹ́ build on tá a máa fi sọ pé okay, in the next 10 years we would have gone from grade 1 to grade 3, from grade 3 to grade 7 in the next 15 years. Where are the systems? Kò lè sí nǹkan tó ń jọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Will it happen in this kind of pluralistic, plural religious system ta find ara wa, or so to speak? Àwọn méjì wọ́n gbé ìbọn dání, ẹni ká mọ̀bẹ dání. No, now. Anyway, I don't want to engage. I really don't want to engage with you much because mo ní innate feeling wípé it is not going to be necessarily productive.
Okay.
Tó bá yẹ pé wà lórí another platform tó jẹ́ pé we're speaking about knowledge nsìn, right? A lè máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa yẹn. Where we're talking of,
Your platform, platform has been formed. Only nǹkan tẹ́yìn promote ìdí by àbí
No. I will promote anything. If you say we are promoting something, you're not necessarily wrong. What we are promoting is that all these things that are foreign to us, all these ideologies that are foreign to us, tó jẹ́ pé it now puts us in a state of bipolar psychosis tàdé ń gbé kiri, right? We should dump them and we should find our true selves and build on our own histories. All of these religions, this Christianity and Islam, they built on their own histories, and they used it as part of their arsenal to become empires and to become owners of the human space. That is what they did.
And I agree with you on that point that that's what you are saying, which I'm not against you doing that. Let us spread it. I think I went to a place. I was blessed to go to Brazil, and I was blessed to go to Cuba. Mo were amazed but today ìṣẹ̀ṣe wa. Although I believe some of it, but it's kind of interesting. To see that.
Esa, when I'm sorry to cut you, when you got to Cuba, how was their healthcare system versus our own Nigeria?
I'm a visitor. I only went there for about
Oh wow.
Okay. About 8 days. But
okay, well.
Mo study nǹkan tó ń pera wọn ní Yorùbá ń bẹ̀ tó ń sọ pé ancestors wọn move wa. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń learn láti the culture wa. So, and I went to Brazil. So,
okay.
We were fortunate láti rí kíní yẹn kò lára wọn. Our culture is still with them.
Good. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n béèrè rhetorical question kan lọ́wọ́ yín sir, so that àwọn tó ń gbọ́ wa náà wọ́n á lè understand nǹkan tá à ń sọ. Tí àwọn, should I say the Israelites, I use that word liberally, tí wọ́n bá ní ìwé yìí tó ń pè ní Bible yìí, tí wọ́n ní, right?
Yes.
where do you think they will be today?
I don't think that Bible will make them achieve what they are achieving right now.
Okay. All right.
I think what made them
Mm-hmm.
achieve this is almost all support, don't support one.
Okay.
They can achieve it and can achieve.
Okay. Okay, jẹ́ kí n wá help yín.
Not the Bible song, but I mean, because
All right. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n wá help yín. Ẹ
from
jẹ́
my
kí n help yín.
understanding, some of them does not even believe in the complete set of the Bible.
Correct.
Sure,
Correct.
Sure, gonna won't believe in glory.
Mm-hmm. The Torah and the Tanakh. Now, ẹ jẹ́ kí n ràn yín lọ́wọ́ díẹ̀. Let us go back in time. During the Roman Empire, tó jẹ́ pé àwọn Romans ti enslave gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní area yẹn. Right? Nígbà yẹn, àwọn Romans yẹn, wọ́n fẹ́ continue láti máa expand the empire wọn. But wọ́n mọ̀ pé wọ́n lè continue láti máa expand the empire wọn nígbà tó bá jẹ́ pé ibi táwọn wà ń sìn wàhálà ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bẹ̀. Right? How many troops do you want to send to new frontiers when there is always problem níbi tí èyí tẹ̀tí overcome wọn? Where you have a Pontius Pilate there now as the overall lord of the law. So wọ́n dẹ̀ rí wípé àwọn people yìí they have some traditions. Traditions yẹn làwọn Constantine and the Roman Emperor is okay fine. Ẹ máa ṣe traditions yín. In fact, ẹ jẹ́ ká help yín láti codify àwọn traditions yín plus the traditions of the other people in Mesopotamia. Nígbà tí wọ́n wá rí pé àwọn ṣe yẹn, right? They were not able to build on it. Àwọn people tí wọ́n padà wá tí wọ́n wá create tí wọ́n British wá carve out to space tí wọ́n pè ní Israel fún yín. Ṣé wọ́n pé wọ́n ti kúrò lérí àyẹn? Wọ́n kàn mọ̀ pé Jews làwọn ni.
Not all of them, not cool them.
Not all of them, yes. But a lot of them, a majority of them left.
Yeah.
Right? But nígbà tí wọ́n wá fẹ́ padà síbẹ̀, táwọn British fẹ́ ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́, ṣé ẹ mọ̀ wípé it was that their book, it was that their religion, táwọn Romans lò ń gbà yẹn. Òun náà ni Pope fi dìde, òun náà ni Anglican fi dìde, òun ni Catholic fi dìde. The whole world tí wá gba both the New and the Old Testament as something that is foundational. They now had sympathy for them. Ṣé ọ̀sán àgọ́ tí mo sọ, tí ò bá ṣe pé wọ́n ní sympathy fún wọn, do you think the British would have carved out that space called Israel and brought all those people back there? No, because it wouldn't make economic sense for them. And the British do not do anything that don't make economic sense for them, at least in those days. Sympathy yẹn náà ló jẹ́ wípé àwọn tó wà ní US náà máa ń ní fún wọn. Kí ni US kọ sórí kíní ẹ̀? In God we trust. Which God? Most of the time is the Christian one. So ẹ were correct somewhat, but I want to take you back down memory lane. Without that book, tí àwọn èèyàn ti wá gbà, tí Pope ti wá wà, sitting in Rome in St. Peter's Basilica, tí King Edward nígbà tó ṣe tiẹ̀ náà tó create the Anglican Church out of the Catholic náà, tí wọ́n ti wá gbà lọ rẹ́rẹ́rẹ́rẹ́rẹ́, àwọn èèyàn wá ní sympathy fún wọn. It was now easy for Britain in its empire to now carve out that space for them. If not, a lot of them will be asunder. They will be everywhere else. So it is in the short term, it is easy to say wípé àwọn tó ń ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ ni. No, ìwé yẹn làwọn èèyàn fi ní sympathy fún wọn a lot. The Pope cannot say that the Israelites are nothing. Tó bá sọ pé Israelites are nothing, ó mì pé ó sọ pé Old Testament àti tó bá sọ pé Jews are nothing, ó mì pé ó sọ pé Old Testament àti New Testament are nothing nìyẹn. That means he himself is sitting on nothing. So nǹkan tí mo ń try láti explain fún yín nìyẹn without going in a long tirade, so to speak. So that is for the Christians. The Islam, the Arabia. What is it that Arabia has? Why do you think that Arabia is where it is today? It is because of that religion too. That religion is their culture. When they turn it into a religion, in one way, shape, or form.
And so, but the back you understand, then they were not practicing Islam until the time of Muhammad. Ọ̀nà ní òrìṣà tí wọ́n tán ṣe ń bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Òun náà ni. You know what they did? The same thing táwọn Jews ṣe, nǹkan tí Roman Empire ṣe, right? Nígbà tí wọ́n put together a lot of our traditions in the near ancient East. When we talk about near ancient East, we're talking about an area between Egypt and old Mesopotamia,
Yes.
right? Gbogbo àwọn traditions yẹn ni wọ́n put together. That is why they do Christmas on the day of the sun god.
Yes.
The sun god táwọn Romans in worship.
Because they cannot.
They don't do it on quote and unquote. So it was an amalgamation
I
of
agree
all
with
those
you.
things.
I think I read about
So-
that too.
So
Christmas
that is the same thing too.
Christmas
Yes, sir. So
is-
the same. Egba it's me, gbọ́n yín dáadáa.
Mogimo agreed with. I think I read about that. December 20. I think it was a date on celebrate the Roman Empire.
Yes, it was the sun god of the Roman Empire, the same god that Constantine and those before him tí wọ́n worship nìyẹn.
Yeah.
That was not the real date tí wọ́n bí ẹni tí wọ́n sọ pé àwọn ń pè ní Jésù.
I think I read about that.
Okay, good. So they just took their code. They just took a bunch of things together. They took everybody's culture and everybody's history. They packaged it together into one book. The same thing ní Arabia too. Nígbà táwọn náà rí pé àwọn people yìí wọ́n máa mókè pẹ̀lú kinní tí wọ́n ṣe yìí, right? Wọ́n mókè títí to the point tó jẹ́ wípé the Arabians, if they were not careful, they will become a minority in that space. Right? They took their own traditions too. They lumped it together, and with the help of Muhammad, who, for lack of, people say he's not learned. The guy was learned to some extent. He may not have been erudite, but he was learned. So with the help of that young man, who as we know, he's a raider. He's a caravan raider. At the end of the day, right? All they put people together. One shall put people together. One way, shape, or form. It wasn't that he was right. He was necessarily writing anything, but it wasn't that he wasn't writing anything either. But because he was learned, in spite of whatever the Quran tells you. So on they put Bokini together, one jump together. They're like, look, if they can do this with Jewish history and traditions, and they morphed Roman and some part of Mesopotamian and Greek traditions together into a book, then why can't we do it too? And they did it. And today, aside from oil, what is the next largest? What is the other thing that Arabia exports? Islam.
Yes.
That is it. So they built on their cultures and they turned it, and they found a way to put a fabric around it, to weave it into a religion, and they sold it to a lot of people. What some people don't realize, the trans-Saharan slave trade was inspired by Islam, and it went on for longer than the transatlantic.
That's why we fought for many things when I came here. We need to fight for our own people, or like educating the governors when they can. You have to respect our own beliefs too. So you have to give them opportunity to do what our king divide you are. The body the man divide you are. But the body the practice traditional beliefs were. kò kí ń sábà divide wa.
It doesn't.
It
It
doesn't.
doesn't.
Because
It doesn't.
yeah,
It doesn't
when
have. It doesn't have the power. If they go wrong, power. If they do this, power.
money, yes, you know.
And let me tell you something, sir. That is their strength. It's something one you overcome because they have a fear. They created a kind of fear elements into it too. About all these hells that don't exist and all these heavens that don't exist.
Okay.
So frankly speaking, the other thing Timo Feke understanding any country. Yes, sir. Let me ask you a question. Is there any successful African country, sir?
It depends on the thing, but I think after a long time, but I don't think I would pick number one. South Africa is doing not too bad now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Africa is doing not too bad now. Yes, sir. Let me tell you something,
South
sir.
Africa.
Sir. Africa is a slum. Let's just be truthful.
We are from there.
The fact that we are from there doesn't mean that we shouldn't call it what it is. It is a slum. It's a glorified ghetto. Do you know why? It's very simple. Right? We have our own internal divisions. Ìgbà tí àwọn Arabs àtàwọn funfun tún dé, want to superimpose our new divisions on top of our old natural divisions.
Yes, I agree with you.
When somebody has one division, right? Don't divide the one, don't divide the one. Tí wọ́n wá fún wọn ní nǹkan mẹ́sàn-án ọmọ tó wá di mẹ́wàá. Tí wọ́n wá weave gbogbo wọn together into some stupid, crazy countries that shouldn't exist on the face of the earth. Kì í ṣe àwọn countries yẹn ṣe rò pé they will ever make headway.
No, my difficult.
They will take one step forward and they will take 10 steps backward.
Yeah.
Today, in Nigeria now.
Let me ask you a very good question. What is the way forward then?
Okay, that's a good question. Okay, now there are many ways to skin a cat. Yeah, me melanin pop dripping a carbon to right. There are many ways. Yeah. There are many ways to skin a cat, but history is your best guide. History is your best guide. The first thing, most often, look, if the world is spiritual, right? Africans, by their nature, how would you rate them on a scale? Let me say, if the world is spiritual on a scale of 1 to 10 and it is 2, and the world is on a scale of 2, the rest of the world, number will our Africans, if you know us well.
By spiritual being.
Yes.
I think I've come out much in the top.
In fact, we are over 10. I forgot 10.
Yes.
If 1 to 10 is the grade, that is our nature. So the first thing you must do is to say, look, let us all have one spiritual view. Why do I say that? You go back in history again, right? The day tí àwọn Romans tí wọ́n weave together the spiritual views in their empire, right? Tí wọ́n weave the Roman sun god plus the Jewish Torah, tí wọ́n weave it together, right? Tí wọ́n put to Pope, tí wọ́n fún lágbára, tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé àwọn àti Pope wọ́n wá bíọ́n rìn ní ṣísẹ̀ntẹ̀lé, right? From that moment they took off. gbogbo àwọn funfun tí wọ́n ń pè ní British ń sìn and Dutch ń sìn àti Portuguese ń sìn, they are offshoots of that Roman Empire. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́?
Likely to be there.
No, likely. That's what happened. They fractured into those countries from one monolithic Roman Empire to control all of it, even up to Alexandria and Egypt. When in the decline of the Roman Empire, it was replaced by all these these new delineations. The king of France, the king of Britain, the king of Netherlands, of the Dutch, the Belgian king, that's what they fractured into. Europe, present day Europe was the playground of the Roman Empire.
Yes.
So, nígbà tí wọ́n weave gbogbo kìíní yẹn tán, they now created a place, right, in Rome for nǹkan tí wọ́n create. And they now put it together, they call it the Papal City, and they built a big church there, St. Peter's Basilica, the seat of the Pope. And from there, they use that religion to weave together based on their own traditions plus the Jewish traditions. To weave together, and they now everywhere in law, they will carry their ibon, but they will also carry the book too to help them. Because inside that book, they put things in there that will make people that they conquer and they put into their empire to be subservient to them.
But in turn, Shimon, when the people still dancing along that area?
The fact pé wọ́n ṣe mọ́ òun mí ni pé àwọn mo sọ fún ṣàlàyé fún yín pé àwọn all these other empires tó wá jáde lára wọn, the British, the Dutch, the Portuguese, all this, the Spanish, they are offshoots of that. Wọ́n kàn metamorphose here, wọ́n kàn change a little bit ni. Yes, sir. At a point in time, didn't the British Empire spread all the way from Africa even to India?
Yes.
Wasn't that what the Roman Empire was doing too when it moved through the whole of Europe and came through the Mediterranean all the way to Alexandria in Egypt?
Yes.
It's the same thing. So one thing, when you ask me the question, kini the way forward, right? Shall I think one of the biggest things to ṣẹlẹ̀ South Africans ni wípé ṣẹ̀rá àwọn tó wà lókè lọ́ọ̀ yẹn, all this, the Roman Empire that morphed into these colonizers. If on a scale of 1 to 10, spirituality is on they are number 2 in scale in one, even grade in one that scale. For Africans, naturally by our natural nature, we are both 10.
Yes.
We are 15 on a scale of 10. So the very first thing that we have to do, if we ourselves want to be able to sit at the table in the world, right now, Sir Ewo, nobody cares if the president of South Africa, Ramaphosa, whatever his name, if he sneezes. Nobody cares if Tinubu coughs. Nobody cares if Traore shouts. Nobody cares. They are the rantings of an ant. In the world scale.
Yes. I agree.
It's a laughing matter, but it's also laughable for our people. So one thing we need to do is very simple. Esa, if it was me, the whole northern Nigeria, all these lines, they won't create into countries, right? We will put an eraser. I erase gbogbo. If people in Sokoto want to sit down with people in Niamey, and they say, look, our outlook, our spiritual outlook is the same, right? Our cultural outlook is the same. This new country we want to put together will be 85% Fulani, right? And 5% other minorities. They will fashion out a 10-year plan. They will fashion out a 25-year development plan. And all of them will agree with it because it is part of their sociology and their psychology. They will build it on their own psychology, They'll build it on their own philosophy based on their history. They'll build it on their cultures and their traditions. And trust me, it will work. Because that's just the way things work. A lot of people see, they forget that a couple of years ago, the Dutch and the Belgians were one country. They were one. But the Dutch are extremely liberal, the Belgians are extremely conservative. So in their culture, in their traditions, and in their philosophy, that was a country that was not going to make headway. That is one of the reasons why the Dutch did not necessarily, when it comes to Africa, they didn't necessarily colonize a lot of places. True or false, sir? That is because the extremely liberal folks, based on their own culture and their traditions, and the extremely conservative Belgians, based on their own culture and traditions, could not sit down and fashion out a plan for empire building. They sat down, the Dutch went their way, the Belgians went their way. Kagoro, a couple of years ago, táwọn èèyàn bá fẹ́ jápa kúrò Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n lè lọ sí UK, ibo ni wọ́n máa ń lọ?
I think Canada or US.
No sir. It was Belgium. Òun ló fà tó pé tẹ́ bá dé Ládìpọ̀ lénìí, tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ra páàtì mọ́tò, kí ló ń pè? Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ra páàtì mọ́tò tó tẹ́ pé nínú mọ́tò tí wọ́n break down, kí ni wọ́n máa ń pè? Kí lè máa sọ pé fẹ́ rà? Ẹ sọ pé fẹ́ ra Belgium. Because it was Belgium, after ngbà tí wọ́n ti yapa yẹn, they now built 10-year plans, 25-year Marshall plans, 50-year Marshall plans, and Belgium was one who took off. That's why a lot of people went there. This was in the 80s. Gbogbo àwọn BMW square, rectangular shape BMWs tó máa gbé wá láti Belgium ngbà yẹn, tí wọ́n ní pẹ́ dẹnu kọlẹ̀, tó máa gbé táyà sí lẹ́sẹ̀, tó máa gbé sórí street nítorí wọ́n rí part ẹ̀. If you remember, they were coming from Belgium.
That's my still no going. I was in Canada. That was my field when I was in Nigeria.
So from there, àwọn èèyàn tún wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lọ sí Germany after Belgium.
Yeah, Germany.
Right? So it is because the economy is there, we're doing good. And people don't go to places where the economy is not doing good. So, and the Dutch today, 65% of the world's oil, exported oil, where is it refined? In the Dutch, in the Netherlands. The whole of northern Netherlands is littered with refineries, multitude of them. And for everything you refine there, they make money. In the whole of Europe, sir, and Netherlands only the highest number of F-16s and F-35s to one lower US. And that's serious money. Britain only to one, Spain only to one, Germany only to one. Why? They were able to put together a plan. We are an extremely liberal people based on our culture and our traditions. Ejeka Joko, let the Belgians go and let us sit down and put together a plan for our own development. So this is what just needs to happen. That is what needs to happen. So, and for that, we must take our culture and our traditions as the base, right? We must let go of these foreign things, these foreign religions. They have to go.
Unfortunately.
Or else we will be in a perpetual state of bipolar psychosis. Because we won't know who we are.
That's right.
Or what we stand for.
Yeah, missionary name.
I create a plan nǹkan nígbà tẹ́ bá create ẹ̀ tán okay for example jẹ́ ìsọ̀kan fún Nàìjíríà sìn ṣebí turn by turn ní Nàìjíríà báyìí okay ọ̀nà tí Tinubu kọ́nsìn tí gbogbo wa ń kígbe tá à ń fẹ́ yín sókè tí ò bá parí ẹ̀ kókó tó kúrò tí nọ́dọ̀nà bá wọlé kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sọ́nà yẹn.
I put a hole on it.
They will abandon it. They will neglect it. It will not be maintained.
Yeah,
because they have a different philosophy. They have a different ideology. They have a different culture, different traditions. Ó work fáwọn báwọn ṣe wà. Àwa la kan kígbe àwọn kan almajiri, àwọn kan ṣalmajiri. That is their system. Ó work fún wọn. But you see those almajiris, they are part of our problem. Now, this country called Nigeria must feed them, whether they are productive or not. And we must deal with it when they become unproductive and they become violent, and they become and ISWAP and ISIS and all these people, they co-opt them, and the politicians use them and give them ogun oloro to be using at Ibon, at everything. Don't we have to deal with them now? Don't we have to spend our scarce resources on them? We do. How will you take those scarce resources now and use it to go and build a technological university somewhere, so that in the next 10 years we ourselves will be making ICs, we'll be making capacitors, we'll be making boards. Any country now that is not making capacitors, that is not making ICs, that is not making computer boards by itself, it can't do nothing. But where's the plan? How many plans in Nigeria work? Oh, ṣé rántí 2020 development goals tá a ṣe ń jọ sí?
In Nigeria. Back when I was young, Nigeria man for 10 years planning or something like that. We collect that. 5 years development plan. But nobody talks about it anymore.
It's not that nobody talks about it anymore. It's that when we were in our own regional space, tó jẹ́ pé àwa là ń govern ara wa to a large extent, ẹnu wa kò enough for us to be able to do that. Ìyẹn ò mí ni pé à ní àwọn divisions kéékèèké láàrin ara wa.
That's right.
Ṣé sàn kan tí mo sọ? But ẹnu wa kò, we were able to get it done.
Yeah.
But the moment tí wọ́n ti remove structure yẹn, there has not been a development plan in Nigeria that has worked since 1962.
Yeah. I agree with you on that.
Okay, where is Better Life for Rural Women? Where is MAMSA? Where is People's Bank? With all the development goals that were tied to them.
I'm getting you right now. You know, it's unfortunate. I'm okay. Thank you very much. Ọlọ́run á fún group yìí ṣe.
Àṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Nǹkan tí ẹrù ẹ ti wọ́ ni òkè náà ìsàlẹ̀ ni.
Yeah, so ìsàlẹ̀ gangan òun là ń treat is what we are treating here. Let us come back home and let us build on our own. Sir, Alhaji Dankagoro, ọmọ bo ní gangan sir. Abẹ́òkúta, can you imagine? Sir, ṣe rí Olúmọ tá à ń wò tẹ́ ń wò yẹn, tí ó bá jẹ́ bí tí a ti get act wa correct ni, sir, táwọn èèyàn bá ti wá láti wá wo bẹ̀ yẹn lọ́dọọdún tá à ń pa billions níbẹ̀, ó yẹ kán máa fowó díẹ̀ sínú àkáǹtì yín.
Ọ̀rọ̀ níwájú ilé wa gangan ló wà, wájú ilé mi ló wà.
Láì ṣiṣẹ́ láì ṣàbọ̀, ó yẹ kán máa wọ́n á pe gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Abẹ́òkúta ẹ̀yìn dà, bàbá ẹ̀dá ó yá iye báyìí ló kàn yín ní owó yìí nígbà tá a bá ti tọ́jú ibẹ̀ tán dáadáa.
Mo sọ fún wọn nígbà tí mi náà lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ when I went to Ọlọ́run á fún gbogbo wa sí.
Àṣẹ Èdùmàrè káwọn náà kí wọ́n máa san 10 million kán wá máa wo Olúmọ.
Mo kí gbogbo ilé o, bàbá mi Ẹgẹrẹmìtì, mo kí wa o.
Mo kí yín o bàbá mi, ẹ káàbọ̀ sà.
Mo kí yín o. Inú mi ti ẹ̀dùn pé mo kí gbogbo àwa tá wà bí ẹ má bínú mi. mo kí wa ní kíkí tó dáa jù lágbàáyé, tó ní ìsúre tó pọ̀ nínú. Mo kí wa ní àbọ̀rú àbọ̀yè àbọ̀yè bọ̀ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀.
Asúre wòlíwò fún.
Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá ni ò tí mọ̀ nípa bí Ọlọ́run ṣe ṣẹ̀dá wọn sílẹ̀ tó dára jù. Ilẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé kò sírú ẹ̀ ní gbogbo àgbáyé. Ilẹ̀ mímọ́ tí ò sí ilẹ̀ mímọ́ tó tó lágbàáyé. Ilẹ̀ Oòduà. Ilẹ̀ tó ń ṣàn fún wàrà àtoyin. Ilẹ̀ mímọ́ kan ò tó ilẹ̀ Káàárọ̀ Oòjíire. Mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́ ní ìgbàgbọ́ sí ilẹ̀ bàbá yín. Ipò òun nìkan ni ilẹ̀ mímọ́ jù lóde ayé. Òun sì ni ìlú tàbá máa pè ní ìlú ọba. Kò sí ìlú ọba tó tó ní gbogbo àgbáyé. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ gba eléyìí gbọ́, ẹ̀yin gangan ni èèyàn rí, ìyẹn pàtàkì. Ẹni Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè. Mo kí yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí wípé ògbó àtọ̀ yín o. Bàbá mi Alhaji, inú mi máa dùn kí ẹ bá gbà mí láàyè ọ̀tọ̀ mà sà. Ẹ bá gbà mí láàyè ọ̀tọ̀ mà sà. Kí n béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín nítorí wípé tá bá rí ẹ̀yin bàbá wa báyìí, inú wa máa dùn láti béèrè ìbéèrè kan sí kejì lọ́wọ́ yín láti fi ṣe ìkọ́gbọ́n àti ẹ̀kọ́ ní tí a mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ gbà mí láàyè bàbá wa?
Go ahead.
Ẹ ṣeun. Mo fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín, wọ́n máa ń pe orúkọ kan ní Àjàyí Ògìdìolú. Kí ni ọmọ wo ni wọ́n pè ní Àjàyí Ògìdìolú? Tí èyí ń bá wá pọ̀ jù, kí ni wọ́n pè ní Àìná? Ọmọ wo ni ilẹ̀ Odùduwà máa ń pè ní Àìná?
Mo gbọ́ àwọn orúkọ yẹn dáadáa. Àgídí oníyàn bíi pé ọmọ akọ, ọmọ tó ń bí dáadáa, ó ní oríṣiríṣi báṣà. Mo máa pè ní Àgídí olú tó bá ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fi ń praise yín pé ọmọ akọ ni ẹ́. Something like that ni wọ́n máa fi ń sọ.
Okay, ó dáa. Kí ni wọ́n pè, ọmọ wo ni wọ́n pè ní, kí ni ìtumọ̀ Mariam?
Mariam, it came from Islamic name, Mariam.
Wá ní ìtumọ̀ rẹ̀ sà.
I didn't know, maybe I could not recollect Mariam.
Dádì mi, bàbá mi, ṣe rí wípé ẹ̀sìn àjòjì, ẹ̀sìn ẹrú ni.
Gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ń sọ ń pa yẹn, there is element of truth in what you are saying. All those faith was brought to us by other people, was transformed, either peacefully or violently was given to us. Gbogbo ènìyàn wọ̀nyàn mọ̀. They get to many people knows all those historical factors that this faith were brought to us in a different way. So nobody will.
Mo fẹ́ ẹni sùúrù sà. Mo fẹ́ sọ̀túnmọ̀ Àjàyí fún yín. Ògìdìolú. Èèyàn mi, Yorùbá máa dùn gan. Come on. Kò sí tó dùn tó ilẹ̀ bàbá wa. Kò sáṣà tó dùn tó. Kò síwà tó dùn tó. Kò sílùú tó dùn tó. Kò sẹ́ni tó dùn tó ilẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀dùmarè tẹ̀dó fúnra rẹ̀. Tí ayé ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé ọmọ tó máa ń pè ní Ògìdìolú ni ọmọ tí wọ́n bí tó dẹ̀ sì dú sókè. Àwọn èèyàn gbàgbọ́ wípé ọmọ tá a bá bí tó dojú dólẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo wa tá a bá bí nínú ọmọ tó bá bí tó dojú délẹ̀ ó pọ̀ ju ọmọ tó bí tán ṣojú sókè lọ. Yorùbá fún ní orúkọ pé Ògìdìolú lọmọ eléyìí torí wọ́n bí ó sojú sókè. Ẹ wá mú ìtumọ̀ Mariam. Wa inni samituha Mariam wa inni u'isuha bika wa zurriyataha minash shaitani rajim. Aláàánú ń pìtàn yẹn o. Ó ní walakadi waladtuha unsa walaysa zakarun kalunsa wa inni samituha Mariam wa inni u'isuha wa zurriyataha minash shaitani rajim. Ìtàn tí ò ṣe é gbọ́ fún onílàákàyè. Ìyá yẹn sọ wípé wa inni waladtuha unsa, mo sì bí lóbìnrin, walaysa zakarun kalunsa, ọmọkùnrin a lè pè lóbìnrin, ọmọbìnrin kò ṣeé ṣe bí ọkùnrin ló wù mí. Tọ́ wa inni samituha Mariam, mo sì sọ ọ́ lórúkọ Gbogbolọmọ. Gbogbolọmọ ní ìtumọ̀ Mariam, Gbogbolọmọ. Woman yẹn fẹ́ bí ọkùnrin, ṣùgbọ́n at the end ó wá bí lóbìnrin, ó wá lóhùn sọ ní Gbogbolọmọ. Ǹjẹ́ Yorùbá lè sọmọ rẹ̀ ní Gbogbolọmọ? Èyí tí Yorùbá ń pè ní Gbogbolọmọ bíi dìdìrìn, bíi bẹ̀sùálà, bíi tí Yorùbá bá fi pèèyàn ní Gbogbolọmọ nǹkan ti ṣe ọmọ yẹn nìyẹn.
Ó lè jẹ́ one aspect time fi wò nìyẹn.
No, kí ni ìtumọ̀ náà ni mo fi sọ pé kí ni ìtumọ̀ Gbogbolọmọ, kí ni ìtumọ̀ Mariam?
Ó lè jẹ́
gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́yìn ṣe jẹ́ Alhaji nsìn, ìtumọ̀ orúkọ yìí ni àlejò. Alhaji mean ìtumọ̀ rẹ̀ àlejò ni.
Tíyàn bá wá sí tẹ́bá visit bí kan tíbi kọ̀ọ̀kan kì í ṣe origin yìí, right? Àwọn ọmọ ìlú kìíní tí ó bí Alhaji Dantata náà ó pèrè ní Dantata. So omi gbogbo.
A lè fi Alhaji Dantata wé nítorí pé nínú ìran wọn Fúlàní ni wọ́n. Wọn ò dẹ̀ níbùdó, Ìrèké ò níbùdó ni wọ́n. Àwa níbùdó ń tiwa, ọmọ Odùduwà. Ṣùgbọ́n ìtumọ̀ Alhaji tẹ́ ẹ kọ́ sí bí yìí àlejò ni. Ẹ lè rí àwọn Lárúbáwá kí wọ́n pe àwọn lálàájì rí láyé. Wọn lè pe àwọn lálàájì. Ìjọ tẹ́ ẹ lọ sílẹ̀ Lárúbáwá yẹn, ẹ lè gbọ́ Alhaji lára wọn. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yin Áfíríkà àbí àwọn ìlú míì náà máa pè ní àlejò. Alájà náà àlejò lóbìnrin, Alhaji náà àlejò lọ́kùnrin ni. That means pé ẹ̀ ń jẹ́ àlejò nílùú onílùú, ẹ̀dẹ̀ tó ń jẹ́ àlejò nílẹ̀ bàbá yín. Tí wàá pè ní Alhaji, àlejò nítumọ̀ ẹ̀.
Wọ́n ti là lórí ni bí àwíkáǹtì pé wọ́n fi ń ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀, wọ́n wá dín nǹkan tó ń pera wọn. You see, language transferred. Wọ́n ti sọ di reverend name ni. Share information ni nǹkan mi lọ́la. O máa ní share meaning of word can be changed. The way tó fi ń lò. From at the point it was àlejò, but this is what the reverend tó fi ń ṣe bí honourable fáwọn èèyàn sí ni. The language.
Kò sí honourable bẹ́ẹ̀.
No, oh God. The meaning of it has been transformed to being honourable. Yeah, it's a language ò dúró, language ńlọ depend bí wọ́n ṣe lò ó. Láyé ò dúró.
Ok bàbá mi, ẹ jẹ́ kí ẹ fún mi ní ìtumọ̀ kíní ìsà. Torí gbogbo ìtumọ̀ tí mo béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín, ẹ sì fún mi ní kíní rẹ̀. tí n bá pe bàbá Ẹgẹrẹmìtì tán wà lọ́dọ̀ yín yẹn tí ẹ̀yin wá ń ṣe ìnáwó tẹ̀yin jẹ́ ẹni tó fẹ́ túmọ̀ èdè ìyẹn mi ì tiẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ
orúkọ
èdè
ẹ̀
amúnisìn náà. Ok, tí wọ́n á pe bàbá wa ẹ káàbọ̀ ẹ máa rọra ẹ ǹlẹ́ ẹ káàbọ̀ sí ètò wa tá a pè yín sí Alhaji Ẹgẹrẹmìtì
Ẹgẹrẹmìtì.
ilé ẹ̀fẹ́ tu kí lẹ fẹ́ tu sí.
Lord, oh Lord, oh God. That way, me explain for that. Language, the use of language can be changed.
àní bàbá mi ẹ sọ Yorùbá ẹ má sọ òyìnbó
Okay.
ẹ wá sọ Yorùbá ìtumọ̀ bí mo ṣe pé mo pè yín ó dà ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ báyìí مرحبا اهلا وسهلا بقدومكم الي والرساله ومرحبا اهلا وسهلا بقدومكم الى الى حفله الى هنا الحاجي Ẹgẹrẹmìtì. ẹyẹ sọ túmọ̀ rẹ̀.
Why tẹ́ ẹ fi lo Ẹgẹrẹmìtì tẹ́ ẹ lo yẹn? Why tẹ́ ẹ lo orúkọ míì sí?
ńgbà pé Ẹgẹrẹmìtì ni wọ́n á fàlàjì kún ẹ̀yin ẹ túmọ̀ èdè Yorùbá fáwọn èèyàn torí pé translator ní ẹ̀yin ní olùtúmọ̀ èdè.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká deviate kó lórí topic ní ìṣẹ̀ṣe. Mo ti ń gbé yín kò ní the normal zone yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká narrow it down sí kó lè wà meaningful. Ìṣẹ̀ṣe Day 2025.
ó dùn gan-an.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká mú.
bàbá mi Ìṣẹ̀ṣe Day yẹn dùn gan-an.
Ọlọ́run á fún wa.
àwọn ọmọ ọkọ Yorùbá wọ́n ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ gan-an.
Mo ti fún yín ní holiday ìṣẹ̀ṣe o ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kí ló dé tó fi ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀.
ṣe rí wípé ẹ sí pẹ̀lú wa ẹ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ìlú bàbá yín ẹ sì wà nínú ẹ̀sìn àjòjì ẹ sì wà nínú oko múnilẹ́rú tí n bá pè yín pé ilẹ̀ múnilẹ́rú lẹ́wà ẹ máa bínú ẹ wise ẹ rí wa ẹ dẹ̀ ń bú wa lójú wa. gbogbo gómìnà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá òun ni wọ́n sọ fún wa wípé ọlùdé wà ní on the 20 yẹn wọ́n fún wa lọ́lùdé on the 20 yẹn wọ́n fún wa ní ọlùdé.
Of which month?
ìyẹn oṣù Ògún oṣù Agẹmọ.
Okay, bí àmì wà wẹ́ẹ̀ Ọlọ́run we are going there and we are in the right direction.
ẹ̀mọ́ tí mi fi dùn ní pé ọmọ Ẹ̀gbá ni mí àgbòǹgbà àkàlà ọmọ Lísàbí àgbòǹgbà àkàlà ọmọ amórinjẹgún ọlá ọmọ sílẹ̀kùn palẹ̀kùn dé ní tó wá dùn mí jù ní pé ẹ sọ wípé iwájú ilé yín lolúmọ wà mo wá rí yín bí ẹni tí Olúmọ ò sí iwájú ilé yín ṣe mọ̀ pé Ẹ̀gbá ọmọ àgbòǹgbà àkàlà ọmọ tí Ẹ̀gbá ni Ẹ̀gbá Ẹ̀gbá mo wá rí pé ẹ yangàn pé ọmọ Ẹ̀gbá ni mí ọmọ àgbòǹgbà àkàlà. tó bá jẹ́ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ pé oṣù Agẹmọ August ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. ó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ pé ọjọ́ 20 nínú oṣù Agẹmọ òun ni wọ́n fún wa ní ìsinmi lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ láti lọ ṣe ayẹyẹ àwọn bàbá wa bíi